Somebody is on their iPhone. I don't know who you are. If you can type and tell us who you are, who is that? I don't know who it is. Who is that?
Okay, it's Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea. How are you?
Hi. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know how to.
I just wanted to know who it was. And I see Christy. Hey, girl. How are you? You're fine. Down at the bottom, did you call in, Chelsea, or did you do the video part?
I did what did I do?
The link. Okay. Down at the bottom, there should be an option to start your video, but if not, it's totally okay. I just wanted to know who it was.
Oh, well, no.
Welcome. So this is how are you?
Oh, yay.
Chelsea, I'm Rachel Mitchell. You are Adrian's coach, right?
Yes, I'm with Adrian.
Yeah. So welcome. We've got Jessica here and Christy here. So we're a diverse little group. So this is actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to have Adrian send you the call that we did last week, which is like the kickoff call. But this week we are just kind of, and I'm sure she's talked to you about some of it. But tonight, I really want to talk to you guys about, like, specifically posting, inviting, pictures, photos, and really how to tell your story, which is, Jessica, what we're kind of talking about. Because there is, like, in the beginning, I remember just like, okay, I was not a poster on social media. I had like 200 something, I made less than 200 friends. Like I just put pictures of my kids up there just so people could see them from time to time. And that was it. Like I was not a storyteller. I was not a poster. I swear to you guys, like I was not. But it's definitely something that has come with time. And I'll tell you, one of the things that really drew me to coaching and has helped me stick with it and has like pulled me, I love what I do as a coach. I love what I do as a coach. I love sharing my story. I love the fact that we're not salesy. I love the fact that like I have to genuinely connect with someone before I ever even think about selling them Shakeology or signing them up for a challenge group. Okay. So that is my jam. And so I really want to teach you guys how to get obviously uncomfortable, but then get comfortable with sharing your story so that you can reach those people too, because that's what it all is. Yes, there are those 4 vital behaviors. Yes, we have to be posting. Yes, we have to be inviting. Yes, we have to do our personal development, but it is all connected. And once you just kind of like, it's sloppy at first, it's hard. But once you get in the routine of doing it and sharing your story and talking to people about you and your story and what has worked for you, then you start to see those results come and you start to see them happen, okay? And every single one of you, whether you've been in a challenge group, whether you've tried Shakeology, whether you've done any of this before, you have your own story. And that's what's cool, I think, about coaching. So that is what we're going to kind of talk about tonight. And so whenever, last week we talked about the fact that obviously posting on social media is important. Why? Why do I tell you guys to post on social media? Why does that frighten us so? Why? But why is it important? So posting 2 to 3 times a day is about what I suggest, especially for new coaches. Now, as you get, especially with stories now, guys, when I was a brand new coach, they told me to post 3 to 5 times a day. And I was like, what? I don't post at all. How am I going to start posting 3 to 5 times a day? Or people are going to get tired of me. What am I going to say 3 to 5 times a day? I had all these fears, which were valid. But then social media really, it was beneficial to post 3 to 5 times a day. I think today now, that posting more than 2 or 3 times a day is definitely not something that you should do. And what I'm going to say is, if you don't hear anything else, hear this. Like, don't just post to post something. Because again, every post that we put out there, whether it's funny, whether it's short, whether it's long, whether you just post a quote, whether you tell something that your kids did crazy that day, it should have a purpose. Okay. And so posting is just, the purpose of posting is putting your story out there, showing people what you are doing, you being proof of the products, you working out, you know, you drinking Shakeology, you involving your family in what you're doing. It should have a purpose of telling your story. Why post more than once a day? Because you know, people who are on social media at 8 o'clock in the morning are not going to be on social media sometimes at 8 o'clock at night. And so you're putting yourself out there at different times of the day so that different people can see you. And honestly, your posting is one of the things that builds trust with the people that follow you. So if you post on Monday that you did a workout or if you post on Monday about something else and you don't post again until like Friday or Saturday, people are going to forget. Like people are going to forget. So it's just that frequency of seeing you showing up day to day, whether it's doing your workout, whether it's meal prepping, whether it's like doing something fun with your kids, you posting on a consistent basis keeps you in people's minds, okay? And we've all seen those girls. We've been those girls who are like, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to commit to like this boot camp. I'm going to do spin 8 times a week, you know, and then like by Tuesday we're done and we're gone. We quit, right? And so we don't want to be that girl, but we don't want to be that girl that's annoying either. So it's a social media business. Like this business is built on social media. So if you're not posting, then you're not building your business. And so what do you post? You know, what are you going to post 2 to 3 times a day? You add that up, that's like 21 posts a week if you do 3 posts a day. There's all kinds of stuff that you can talk about. Obviously, fitness is our thing. Nutrition is our thing. So we should definitely be proof that the products work. That means you do a Beachbody program. You do some of the workouts or you do all the workouts. You drink Shakeology. You meal plan, you prep, you use your portion containers, and you can talk about all of that without saying, hey, buy Shakeology for me. You know, you can just show people that you're doing it. That's the main thing. And obviously, we're going to work in there into some of those posts about our challenge groups and inviting people just to do what we are doing. And so it gives us credibility. But other than that, you know, I always encourage new coaches to come up, to sit down and come up with a list of like 5 things. What are 5 things that make you you? So for me, it's like family, honestly. I mean, obviously I have 2 boys, so family, fitness is my thing. Clean eating is my thing. My faith is a huge part of what motivates me and what drives me. You know, like I have a thing for coffee mugs. I mean, that could be one of your things. You know, so just sit down and make out a list of things that kind of define you. So if I come to Christy's page, like she's a baker. I know that about her. She shares things that she makes. She creates food. And so I know that's one of the things that's non-Beachbody related. You know, and so just, you know, come up with your list so that you never really have to wonder about what you can post about. And I actually want to show you guys this picture. If I can find it, I should have had it pulled up. But while I'm looking for it, do you guys have any questions about posting? But I'm going to keep going. But do you have any questions about posting? Times of day is really important. I find, you know, like if you post a post about at like midnight and when everybody's asleep, nobody's going to see it. So, you know, like I find that kind of my high traffic times for posting are early in the morning when I do my workout, around lunchtime, and then between like 7:30 and 9:30. Those are really my high traffic times for posting. But I want to show you guys this that we created on a team call not that long ago, and it's called a color wheel. And I got this from somebody else, and it's all about building your story. And so I sat down with this color wheel, and I just really kind of quickly wrote out some things that, you know, like that are my interests or have to do with my life, or things I struggle with. Because guys, I'll tell you that this being a coach is not about showing perfection. Being a coach is showing how you have obstacles, you've had struggles, you still have struggles, but how we overcome them, either with health and fitness, with God's help, with these challenge groups. You know, how has coaching changed my financial struggles, things like that. So it's not just about perfection, but this was my color wheel I came up with a few weeks ago. And so on it, obviously, some obvious things. I'm a boy mom. I'm a teacher. Like I said, I love coffee mugs. You know, I love workout clothes. I love to order those. I love to wear those. You know, my walk with God is very important to me. Some things I struggle with, PMDD, that is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is like PMS on steroids, and high cholesterol. You know, we have struggled financially before. You know, I really want to focus on a healthy marriage and promoting healthy marriages. You know, like one of the things I wrote on here was like friend nights. You know, I really want to show like who am I outside of just Beachbody and just our team. Although my team is not, y'all are my friends too. But you know, like what do I do for fun outside of Beachbody? In addition to Beachbody, let's see, business growth. Like I'm definitely at a point where I want to start talking and creating more business growth and talking more business strategy tips. And so this was my color wheel. And so I can share this with you guys, and you can, I just edited this in Canva and just added the words myself, but be colorful. Don't just post about Beachbody. Don't just post about your workouts. Show people who you are in your 2 to 3 posts a day, and you know, give people something to come back for. Show them your personality through your posts. And Jessica, you said like, I struggle with knowing what to say, and I think that's okay. I think that there are very few people that come into coaching and are just like, they have all these words. I mean, I just don't think that's a very common thing. But that too is where your personal development comes in. I'll tell you, like for a whole year as a new coach, like I would get up and I would post my sweaty selfie and I had no clue what to say. But Autumn would say something in the workout that I would write down really quickly, and I would use that in my posts, or I would read the compound effect before I worked out, or, you know, maybe I had some things underlined from the day before. And even now today, like I have a little flip calendar that has motivational quotes on it that Timmy gave me. And so like I will look at that, and a lot of times you see me post a motivational quote like in my morning sweaty selfie. It comes from that calendar, and it just inspires me to think of something else to say in addition to that quote. And so like go to your personal development for resources, for inspiration in your posts every single day. Other than that, just talk about real life. You know, like tonight I made a post about how I asked the boys today, you know, I talked about what we did today. We went and had fun at spring break. And I talked about the fact that I had to make a video for my challengers about how to get your kids to eat healthy. And I just shared what my boys said, you know, and so I turned that into a challenge group post. And again, like that is something that I have practiced for so long, about sharing my story and putting it into words and making it cohesive and making it like throughout the week, forming this like this theme more or less of what I'm saying in my posts, because I'm inviting to my challenge group for March. It's called March Forward. We're talking about, you know, my scripture verse is Deuteronomy 2 verse 3. You have circled that mountain long enough. Now turn north. So that's kind of my theme. That's my focus. I got to wait on that one. So that is what I'm kind of jabbing for. That's the theme that I'm creating in my posts. Okay. Does that make sense? I know that's a lot of information, but just tell your story. Just break it down. Tell your story. Motivate people, you know, share your struggle. Talk about how you've overcome things. You know, like we have certain things that we do regularly at our house. Like we have a Friday night movie night. So I always talk about that. You can share like late night snacking tips. If you struggle with late night snacking, if you get up and work out early in the morning and that's something that you've had to make yourself do, talk about why you do that and why you get up and push play and work out. But it really helps, honestly, guys, to make a plan. So if you struggle with, I'm kind of that girl that can like fly by the seat of my pants. And now at this point, I always have something to say, which is probably kind of annoying, but it's just me and I'm good. I don't care. I always have something to say, and I'm always in my personal development. So I'm always motivated. And not always, that's not reality at all, but often I am motivated. Okay. But it really helps to make a plan. And this is something that I started doing last month with my Team Cup group. And this is just a notebook, and I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And every Sunday I sit down and I plan out my week. And I started to like anticipate. So like this week, you know, it's spring break. I knew that today we were going to go to Tupelo. Tomorrow I'm just going to work. The boys are going to play, and then we're going to do something fun tomorrow afternoon. And then Wednesday, we're going to do another little excursion. Thursday is payday, you know, so that's a day I know I can talk about something, or the fact that Beachbody has helped me pay for these fun things that we get to do we couldn't do in the past. And so I just sat down and I just scribbled out some things that I could talk about each day. Tomorrow is Transformation Tuesday. you know, all of us 80-day obsession people just ended phase 2. So I know I can share some images, some stories, some testimonies from phase 2 results from 80-day obsession. So I wrote that down. And so I just make out a plan for what I want to talk about. And I also kind of have themes for my days. So Mondays are Mom Crush Monday. You guys probably saw me post that today. I always like shout out another mom. Doesn't have to be a coach or a challenger, just somebody, just so I can recognize someone else. Tuesdays are typically Transformation Tuesday. Wednesdays are like What I Ate Wednesday. So I either like share in my stories all day what I ate that day, just to show people we eat a lot of food, we eat real food. Or I do like a collage at the end of the day showing people what I ate, and it's a chance for me to talk about Time Nutrition, the program that I'm doing. Thursdays are usually like Thankful Thursday. It could be Thirsty Thursday if you want to like give a tip about water. Fridays are usually like Friday introductions or Flex Friday or something like that. But another huge thing, in your posts, give stuff away, add value. You know, share tips about drinking water, share pics, like show a picture of your kid's lunchbox. You know, if you have to be gone all day, like show pictures of your snacks. Like, how do you plan for being gone all day and staying on track? You know, I share a meal plan from time to time. I don't just save that just for my challengers, but I give stuff away so that I'm not always that girl who is saying like, join my challenge group, buy Shakeology. If I'm adding value, if I'm giving things away, people are going to come back to me and they are going to trust me. If I start a conversation, you know, like I know you guys, Jessica, you probably talked to a lot of people. I know we were talking about this the other night at dinner, that, you know, like have just kind of, they flake out on you. You know, like if somebody flakes out on me in a conversation, I'm still like, girl, I run a challenge group every month and I would love to have you do this when you're ready to commit. I know it works. I can't like, you know, I want you to know it works, but until you're ready, can I just give you a meal plan to help you get started? You know, or can I share this blog post that I wrote with you about emotional eating? Or, you know, it doesn't even have to be one you wrote. Like, find another resource and just give stuff away. Because, like, we don't want to be takers all the time. We want to be givers. And givers are the people that people come back to, all right? And so that is a lot of information about posting, but I hope that it gives you guys some good ideas. But definitely make out a plan. At this point, I mean, even at where I'm at, I have to make out a plan for my week because my life is insane. All right, my life is insane. But it's going to feel odd at first, especially if you go from not posting at all to starting to post 2 to 3 times a day. It's going to feel very unnatural, and you're going to worry, like, what are people going to think about me? Am I going to annoy people? But you're not. You're not. If you're inspiring, if you're consistent, holy crap, just being consistent in sharing your story is motivational. And you'll start to get those posts. People will start to message you and say, hey, thanks for the inspiration. Hey, you motivated me today. Or you'll start to get those likes and those comments on your posts. And those are people that you can reach out to and start a conversation and say, hey, thanks so much for supporting me. This is something I'm really excited about doing for myself and inspiring other women. And I would love for you to do it with me if you have some health and fitness goals. Not salesy at all. Conversation starter. You're genuine. And you know that no matter what, you've inspired someone along the way. Okay? And I think that that's important for us as Jesus girls. Another tip just for posts and engagement is to ask questions. You know, like share this or that post. Like, should I wear this dress or that dress to on my date tonight? Should I let's see, I don't know. We're trying to decide where to go on vacation. Should we go here or go there? That kind of thing. And ask people questions. People love to give tips and advice. I need to clean my toilets, but I don't have anything that's working well. Do you have any suggestions for how you clean your toilets or what products you use? You know, people love to give you advice, and it's a good way to get engagement on your posts, which helps people see you, see your posts more. So do you guys have any questions about that? No? Okay. Stories. All right, stories. We did not have stories when I started coaching. Stories are amazing. Stories are awesome. So stories are a way for people to see just your real life. All right. So I would say that your photos, your posts on your social media page need to be something that are a little bit more put together. They don't have to be perfect by any means, but you kind of, you know, you get a shot that you want to share. You know, I'm going to talk about apps in just a minute. But, you know, stories are the real, like, this is what's happening right now kind of thing. And it's fun. It's fun. It's interesting. You can keep it cheeky. You can keep it funny. You can keep it flowing. You know, like, you can do whatever you want to. But stories are also, I want to challenge you guys starting now from the very beginning of your businesses to use stories as a way to work your power hour. Okay. And what do I mean by that? During your power hour, you should be coming up with posts. You should be inviting people. You should be reading your personal development. You should be shouting out other people. You can do all that in stories all day long, and they go away in 24 hours and people don't see them again. So you're not going to annoy people. And if people are coming back to your stories anyway, they want to see what you're putting out there. Okay. So share about your workouts, share clips of your workouts in your stories. Use those polls. Polls and stories are so much fun, and people love to interact with polls. You know, show people what you're eating. You know, from time to time, like, do a little boomerang of you drinking your Shakeology or you're energized. You don't even have to say Shakeology. People see what you're doing and they're curious and they're intrigued. Okay. And so I'm going to share my screen with you guys too, is what I'm trying to do here. But share quotes, inspirational quotes from your personal development or from your devotions each day. I find that people come back, like, and I'm challenging you guys, don't just post just to post. Like, if you post a scripture or a motivational quote, like, make sure it's something that you feel like you are being led to share. But, you know, like, people come back all the time just to hear what, like, see what kind of workout songs working out to. It's the most random thing. I get the most messages about, you know, what my workout songs are, which is just like a Pandora station that I listen to. And so, like, share stuff like that in your stories, and you can even invite in your stories. You can invite in your stories as much as you want to. People do not get tired of it, so long as you are doing it yourself and they can follow you and know that, hey, if I join Rachel's challenge group, like, I'm going to be doing what she's actually doing herself, and she's getting results, and she seems super healthy and super happy and super confident. Like, I want to do what she's doing. Okay. So just share what you are doing for sure. I'm going to share my screen with you guys really fast. Are you talking to me, Matt? Okay, good. Let's see. My screen is a hot mess, so just bear with me. But this is my phone, and today probably hasn't been the best story day for me, but this is definitely, like, this is me doing my workouts, and this right here was me sharing a devotion or just something that I felt like God laid on my heart for my Bible reading this morning. And again, a still shot of a scripture verse that I shared and what I wanted to say. And then this was me just showing, like, Hot Mess Express, and this is an app. I can share with you guys what these apps are. They're super easy to use. But this was me just saying, look, I'm a hot mess. I can't find my shoes. There are weights everywhere, but I'm still going to do it. No excuses, okay? And then again, me being proof of the products. This is me working out this morning. You can write on this. We talked about this on last week's call. But just have fun, you know. Oh, and we're on spring break, right? Okay, hold on. Sorry. This is me. This is Shakeology, but I don't ever say anything about Shakeology. Oops, let me go back. Okay, this is Shakeology, but I don't actually say anything about Shakeology. I'm talking about food. I share a scripture verse from something that we studied this weekend, and I don't say, you know, I don't say Shakeology because I don't really, like, throw that out there a whole lot. I don't use a lot of Beachbody terminology. This is me shouting out a new challenger that joined my challenge group. We had a call today. This is totally non-Beachbody related. People love it when you share products that you use. And so in here I used a poll too. You know, this is just a way to engage and get people to come back. You know, sharing that I love this stuff that I put on my hair, and I bought it in bulk today because I don't want to run out. And then I asked the question, do you have that one product that you buy in bulk? And people, let's see how many people did that. Oh, that one had a real high engagement, but still I got people to engage on my post. And then this is me talking about the fact that I love carbs, and I have to be careful with how many. And then I show what I'm eating. Again, just, you know, not personal development, power hour, being proof of the products, you know. And then this is family stuff. We went to Elvis Presley's birthplace. So anyways, okay. So then I had another new challenger call tonight. I'm just sharing little tidbits of what I am doing in my stories, and people just love to come to stories to follow along. These are the apps that I use, okay? So I love apps. I love playing with things. These are the apps that I'm currently using, and they're the ones that really I have used a lot. This Hype Type is one that I do to add those words onto my photos in stories. Let's see. Hold on, I'll show you. This is me and Milo tonight. So it just, you double tap on it and you can type Milo. Okay. And you can change the font by doing this kind of stuff. But anyways, there's fun things to do with your photos. Like I don't like spend a whole lot of time in this if you need to be inviting and doing your power hour and such. But there's a lot of ways that you can use those apps to create engagement and to make it catch people's eye. Snapseed is one that I use a whole lot to just kind of lighten or give my photos some type of edge. And again, we talked about all these last week, so I'm not really going to go into them too much. Word Swag is one that I use to put words onto photos as well that I'm posting. Layout is one you can do to create like a collage if I wanted to, you know, for Facebook, or I mean for Instagram or Facebook, it doesn't matter. But those are some of my apps. And so do you guys have any questions about those before I keep going? No? Okay. Because photos are definitely important. Your photos, they reflect who you are. They reflect who you are. And, you know, your Facebook page, your Instagram page should reflect who you are as an individual. So if you, that's another thing, like going to your Facebook page, your Facebook banner, you should, if you are coaching now, you should definitely look at it and ask yourself, like, if I'm somebody who did not know me, would I, when I come to my page, would I know that I'm about health and fitness or about clean eating or things like that? And I'm going to show you guys what my, this is my like page, but this is what it looks like at the top. Okay. So obviously family is part of it. My fitness is part of it. This is, I put this in here because of my team. And then I have my name and created called Courageous. Now mine always did not always look this kind of put together. You can go to Canva and really easily create a Facebook banner for your page, but make sure that it's not like just, I mean, like pictures of people that aren't you, or, you know, just like cats across the top of your page, you know, because people aren't going to come to your page. And I know that's funny. I hope nobody's offended by that. But, you know, like if people come to your page for health and fitness and they don't see anything about that, then they're just going to go on, right? Same thing for your profile picture. Make sure that your profile picture is a picture of you, not of you and 15 other girlfriends, because nobody's going to know which one you are, but a very clear picture of you. It can be a family picture, a picture of you with your spouse, but just make sure it's clear and it's eye-catching as well, all right, so that people know who you are when they come to your page. Same thing for, let me show you. One of the things that I like to do once a week is to go to my Instagram feed, and I like to just kind of scroll through and look at my posts and my pictures and think, did I post too much of this week? Did I not post too much of that? You know, like, did I just post pictures of me? If there's too many pictures of just me, I'm like, I need to put something else in there. You know, am I sharing my story? If I were a stranger coming to my page, would I know what I was about, you know? And so that is one thing that I do every week. I do like a really quick review of my social media posts and make sure that my posts, my pictures are reflecting who I am and the message that I want to put out there to people who follow me. So it's just sharing about your life, sharing recipes, adding value, handling objections in your posts. I think, Jessica, were you the one the other day that did an objection post about Shakeology or something? I can't remember. Somebody on our team did. But, you know, you're going to get objections from people that you talk to that Shakeology is too expensive, you know, or stuff like that. And so, like, definitely handle objections in your post. And that was what this one was. It's a picture of me with my shake, clearly. And I handled a whole bunch of objections in one post, but I don't once ever mention Shakeology. I said, I'm not on a diet. I don't drink a weight loss shake. I'm never going to stop taking care of myself. It's more than a 30-day investment. And so that is what, that was kind of one of my posts that I handled an objection, and I talked about Shakeology. So, just kind of think about things like that. Oh, and just, find your voice. For the longest time, I compared my posts to other coaches, and I followed too many coaches. So I want to challenge you guys, don't follow a bunch of coaches. Don't follow a bunch of Beachbody coaches. If there's one or two that really inspires you and you like their style, definitely follow them for like ideas, but you don't ever want to copy other people's posts or wording, because when you do that, you're not reflecting you. You're reflecting Melanie or me or someone else, someone else that you are not. So just find your voice. And I'll tell you, if you were invited to our team, we believe that you have a voice and that you have a message that could help people. So just be you, use your words, be inspired by what inspires you and other people. If it inspires you, it's going to inspire other people. Okay. So just think about that in your posts and your wording and how you put things out there. Moving on. We're going to talk, I want to talk about advertising for your challenge group. And I don't know which is more intimidating or what was for me, like actually just starting to post like workout selfies or actually making a post about inviting people to do it with me. Because when I started, like I was pretty green. I had been part of a challenge group. I had gotten some results, but it wasn't really like, I wasn't where I wanted to be, but I did want to help people. And I also wanted to earn some money while I continued to work on my health and fitness journey. And so like that was a struggle for me to put out there, like how do I invite people to a challenge group without sounding salesy and without sounding like I know it all? Because I still don't. But what I do know is that, and I shared this with some newer coaches not that long ago. What I do know is that before I started working out, this is how I felt. Before I found accountability in a challenge group, this was me flailing. Like I was circling that mountain. Like that's what I was doing all by myself. Before I found a program that basically told me what to do, when to work out, what to work out to, what foods to eat, like I didn't have a clue. Like I thought I could eat a Big Mac every day and then eat a salad in there somewhere and I was healthy, right? And so like when you're talking about challenge groups and when you're inviting people to a challenge group, again, it's so important just to tell your story and, start where you are. If you still have 15, 20 pounds to lose, that's okay. Other people do too. If you don't have any weight to lose at all, but you are focused on being your best, your healthiest self, and you want a team of women to do it with, to join you, that's your story. So when you put out your challenge group ad, which is what I call it, I do that 2 to 3 times a week, just a solid challenge group ad. I did one last night when I shared my transformation story, and I did just what I told you guys. Like I talked about where I was when I started this, what my struggles were, how I overcame them, and I said I am just I'm on a mission to help other women to do the same thing. And then I give a call to action. Let's march forward instead of constantly dwelling on where we fall short. If you're ready to do this with me, comment ready and I'll contact you tomorrow or click the link in my profile. And so a challenge group ad is just that. It's an emotional, it should evoke some type of emotion based on your story. The image, you don't have to go overboard. It's typically just an image of me. Sometimes I share a transformation picture. Sometimes it's a picture of me with my kids. Sometimes it's a picture of food. Just tell people what you have to offer. Tell people what your story is, how you started, how challenge groups and coaching have helped you, and give them a way to contact you and tell them when your challenge group starts. So for us, our challenge group starts March 19th. I usually say something like I've got 10 spots available, and then the next post I'll say, just depends on how many people sign up. I've got 3 spots available. I did not know what to say in these challenge group posts, even more so than I didn't know what to say when I posted a sweaty selfie. But again, if you don't practice it, if you don't put it out there, one, people are not going to know what you're doing. People are not going to know that you're running a challenge group and that they can join one. And they're not going to know what your story is. So take this time, practice. Don't get stressed out over the wording. Some of you guys are incredible with words. Like, I've seen some of the things that you have written, and you're very shy about it, but you have got the words. But just use that. Use your story and put it out there, and it does get easier to post about your challenge group. So how many people have posted already about our March 19th challenge group, or whatever you're inviting to? Some of you guys have different groups that you're different coaches that are leading you. So yeah, Jessica, you put it out there. Was it hard? I mean, was it hard to make a challenge group post? Yeah. It was. And in the beginning, like, we had to, ours was like a very structured, again, things have changed since I started coaching. In the beginning, like when I started, it was like, this is my challenge group. This is when it starts. You're going to drink Shakeology. You're going to work out 30 minutes a day. You're going to, you're going to do this. And it was very bullet pointed. I don't know how to say that. But, I think that, and you can still do that in some ways, but I think it's more so like, I'm working out and I'm thinking about the fact that 4 years ago, I hated to work out. You wouldn't have caught me in a gym. You wouldn't have caught me with a set of weights in my hand. And now I love it because I love the way I feel. I love the accountability that this group of women gives me to take care of my body. I am different today because these workouts have changed me. My faith is greater. God has, called me to do this with my body and with my health and for my family. And I just want to help other women do the same. And because I want to, I'm starting a group on March 19th that is going to be just for women who want to stop looking back, but want to start looking forward at what we can become together when we make a decision to take care of ourselves, when we make a decision to work out 30 minutes a day, when we make a decision to cut out the junk and eat plenty of good whole food. So that's kind of an example of how I would put my story into words and turn it into a challenge group invite. Okay. Did that sound salesy? No, not at all. Okay. And again, it just takes practice. So I'm challenging you guys, make another post tonight. Get off this call, snap a picture of yourself, or snap a picture of you with your kids, or pull a picture from the last time you had a really good picture of you with your kids, or one of your last good sweaty selfies, and just sit down and think, who was I before? Who am I now? How's it changed? And why do I want to help other women do the same? And put that into words and give a call to action. Okay. And then you're going to have to invite. We cannot rely on I'm talking a lot about posts and pictures and stories tonight. And those are awesome. And those give us credibility and build our story, but we have to invite people. We have to reach out to people one-on-one and start inviting people to our challenge groups. And guys, honestly, I haven't taught this clearly enough, and I'm kind of ashamed for not doing that. But start with people as brand new coaches, you kind of have a blank slate of people that you can, I bet each of you can sit down and write out pretty easily a list of 20, 30, 40, 50 names of people that you could think of to invite to your challenge group, to our challenge group. And so I'm looking for something real quick while I'm talking. But start with people that reach out to the girl that cuts your hair, or reach out to your sister or your aunt or your sister-in-law, or the lady that teaches in the classroom next to you, or whatever, your kid's teacher, the mom that your kid plays soccer with. Start with people that and just say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I am starting to work out. I am starting to eat clean, and I'm incorporating some superfoods, a meal replacement shake, and I'm really wanting to help other women get started with me. And I would love for you to do this with me. I think I really value your opinion and your input, and I would love to do something like this together. And so just start inviting the people that you are closest to, and kind of view them as practice. Practice inviting them to our challenge groups. I'm looking for a document, and I'm sorry it's taken me a minute. But I'm going to show you this real quickly because it's super awesome information. I am in our Coach Online office, and all I did was go to training, and training library, okay? And there is some under invite training. All right, crazy, amazing examples of how to invite people to a challenge group. Like gives you exactly what to say. Talks about, you know, you've got your warm market, which are the people that you already know, and then you've got your cold market. But there are some example invites in here, how to approach people. It's really, really, really good information. This one is a sample invite script. You know, so just be genuine. Just be genuine with people and talk about what you're doing and invite them to do it with you. I think that we totally overthink the invite process, and we get all clammy and closed up, and you know, we spew too much information at people. But there's so much good resources here, as well as in your Vimify training. All right. One thing that I love here, I think, is this health assessment questions. Yeah, this is really good. Like, this is something that I do. I started doing as a new coach. I still do it today. When I start a conversation with people, I'm not going to say, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? This is what you have to do. You have to buy Shakeology, online membership to Beachbody On Demand. Do you want to do it with me? No, you want to build that relationship, and you do that by listening. And you have to start with questions. You know, what are your goals? Like, what do you want to accomplish and why? People always, I think I've asked like one person this whole time. I said, do you have any health and fitness goals? And probably like one person was like, no, I don't have any. We all do. Everybody does. And so just ask them questions. Start with that simple question. What are your health and fitness goals? And people usually start spewing, you know, how long have you wanted to do this? Like, how long have you wanted to lose 15 pounds, but just haven't done it? You know, you are just helping them connect emotionally with why they want to be healthy and fit. And so this is a really, really good system to follow, a really good plan to follow when you are talking to people about joining a challenge group. And once you start to ask these questions and you just listen, they're going to know that you're invested in them, like you want to truly help them. So use those resources that Beachbody gives us and just use it to your benefit and talk to people. And then once they've connected with their why, I'm always like, okay, girl, I think you would love doing this challenge group with us. Can I explain how the challenge group works? And they're always like, yes. And so I just send that description that I sent. If you signed up with me, you have it. If you didn't sign up with me, it's in our team page, and I can share it with you guys somewhere else, or however you want me to. You just have to reach out to me. But, you know, explain the challenge group. And typically people are like, oh, that sounds awesome. What do I have to do? How much does it cost? And then I explain about the challenge pack. You just need the tools to get started. It includes a year membership to Beachbody On Demand, some portion containers. I'm going to help you meal plan with those. I'm going to help you pick out a workout program that works for you. You get a month supply of Shakeology, which is just food. You're buying 30 meals in a bag, and you get access to my boot camps for a year. You get all that for $160. I just need to know what flavor of Shakeology you want to start with, and I'll shoot you an email, and we'll get you signed up. Like, I always talk to people like I just assume they're going to do it, right? And so that's how I invite people. That's how I invest in people in the conversation. And then I just explain how the boot camp works. And of course, not everyone says yes, but I'll say that I have probably like 80% sign up rate from people that I get to that point in the conversation with. And I'm just confident. I'm just confident in what I'm doing. I'm confident in the fact that Shakeology works, that these workout programs work. Why? Because they worked for me. I'm proof of the product, right? And so you may not have challengers yet to share their success stories, but you have your own body. You have your own experience. It doesn't matter where you're starting. You can be proof that they work, right? And so I'm confident, I'm bold, and I'm really, and like you're going to sign up. And if they don't sign up now, they're going to sign up at some point in the future, because I'm just going to keep posting. I'm going to keep inviting. I'm going to keep sharing results. I'm going to run a challenge group every single month. And so most people do. Like, I would say, like, you know, a ton of people that said no in the beginning have become challengers of mine in the past 3.5 years. Some have become coaches. And so, you know, it is that compound effect, just like you read about in Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect. And so all of that compiled together, you will be successful. You just got to do it. You just got to be consistent in doing those little things, the posting, the pictures, the inviting, the following up with people, tracking it. If you're talking to people, like, you have to write it down. so you know who to follow up with. And that is essentially, like, in a nutshell, a very simple nutshell, like how you get started and stay that way. Everything I'm telling you to do as a new coach, I still do these things today. This is the foundation of my business, telling my story, doing the workouts and the programs myself, drinking Shakeology, inviting people to do it with me, and then just loving on them and helping them get results in our challenge group. And that is definitely that will always be the foundation of my business. And I always work my business first. So I'm just teaching you what I do every single day. So that is all I have tonight. What do you guys have questions about? Chelsea's probably like, what? Do you guys have anybody that, like, you want to go invite right now and you just like, I don't know what to say, Rachel, because I'll help you come up with something. Nobody? Okay. So my challenge for you guys.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. So, I think you did it on one of your stories, like where, yeah. I think it was you. I think so. But like where, like as you're reading about the March forward, like you have like swipe up, like to.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I can't do that yet. You have to have 10. Well, I may have said that. I did say that. So, like, if you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can insert a link into your story, but I can't do that yet. But when I say swipe up, that means when you swipe up on a story, they send you a message.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then so let me also show you this really quickly. I know y'all are probably like, I gotta go. But this is really important. Oh, I don't want to move out of that one. Hold on. Linktree is something that I have in my stories. Hold on. So when I tell people to click the link in my bio, this is so easy to use, guys. It's called Linktree, linktr.ee, and you just go and you create a free account, and it allows you to set up these buttons. So if you click on the link in my profile, this over here to the right with my face on it is what you get. And you can click on March boot camp openings, Thursday chats with Rachel. These are all WooFoo forms. I'll show you what that is. And then I even have a link to my blog. And so if you were, let me see if it'll do it right here. Yeah. So it takes people to this link for my boot camp. Oh my gosh, that's the wrong link. I need to update that. Stink. And so this WooFoo form, again, is something very simple that you can create. I will share this with you guys. Well, I did share them in our team page today, but I'll share them again. But if you want to message me and ask me for it, you can do that as well. But it just, when people click on the link in my profile, I have these options for them to sign up for a challenge group, or as a coach, or just to go to my blog and read my blog, and so it's a free service that you can create. And you guys, these WooFoo forms, like you can just take mine, create your own, just use the same fields. You can change it a little bit if you want to, but it's a super simple way for people to apply or send you some information about themselves and what they want to do and what their interest is in your challenge group. So those are really easy. Linktree is something I think is a must. Okay. And so, like, yeah, give people direction in your challenge group posts, in your stories. Tell people what to do. You're going to tell people what to do if you want them to take action. If you use a poll, say, like, do you want to start your own health and fitness journey? And do a poll that says, like, yes. And don't say yes or no, because I don't do that. I say, like, yes on one side, or message me, please, or send me details, because I don't want people who are going to be negative, because I've said this before, people love to just be negative on your polls. So, like, use a poll, give them a call to action that way. Then you message anybody that comment or, like, clicks on it. Tell people, swipe up, send me a message, or click the link in my profile. if it's a post, you can tell them, say drop a heart below if you want to get started. Drop a me below, like, or that little girl that's raising her hand or something. Just give people very clear direction on what to do if they want to join your challenge group. Like, you could even say, like this post if you want some more information, and then you go back and you message everybody that liked your post and you say, hey girl, thanks so much for the love. Like, were you interested in the challenge group or just showing the love, And it's a really easy way to start a conversation with people. You got to tell people what to do though. They like that. Okay. Good question. That's a really good question. But I love stories, and some coaches like post once or twice a week and they just do stories. But those are people who already have an established business. Like, I feel like as new coaches, you need to be posting twice a day at least, because you've got to get in that practice. You've got to practice putting your thoughts into words, showing people who you are, because if you haven't been posting at all, they don't know who you are. They don't know why you're working out. They don't know what your goals are. They don't know how you might inspire them. And so you've got to be posting for sure, but stories are awesome. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got. Well, I will see you next week, and we'll talk about some other stuff. And next week, like, bring your conversations, bring your questions. And between now and then, let's set a goal to get at least 2 people signed up in our challenge group before Monday. I mean, like, I'm saying, like, go bigger than that, definitely, for sure. But I think that should be our goal minimum. All right.
All right. I have a question, not about what we've talked about, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I remember this from when I first started coaching, and then I can't remember how it works, and I tried finding it. I don't know where I need to look to find. So my points for now I've just lost my whole train of thought. To hit like SC5 and all that, you get 2 for every challenge pack. I know, right? And how many do you Shakeology? Like, explain that to me again, if you don't mind, just real quick.
Okay, so Shakeology, if they order just Shakeology on Home Direct, you still get 2 points. If they order a challenge pack, it's 2 points. So it really makes more sense for them to order a challenge pack. It doesn't affect, if they just order Shakeology, they have to order it on Home Direct. If they just do a one-time order, you don't get points. You can get up to, so they've changed it now, but like, you can get 2 points for somebody when they sign up. And I think you can still, like, if they convert to a coach later with the challenge pack, you can get another 2 points. But other than that, like, you're maxed out on that person for points unless 6 months later they order again, and you can get 2 points from them again 6 months later, which is cool because when they just changed that. And so, like, for me, for the longest time, I've only been getting like 2 points from one person. And so that's good because you want to bring in new people every single month. You want to bring in 3 new people every month, but, or coaches, or because that just means growth. You're growing your business and you're helping more people. But yeah, Shakeology has to be on HD, Home Direct, to get the points, and then challenge packs are 2 points. Okay. And here's one thing. Always ask people that you're talking to if they already have a coach, or if they've been talking to a coach, because we don't want to poach people from other coaches for sure. Okay. And if they've talked to somebody else, like, just, guys, let's point them back to them. There are plenty of people out there for us to help. Add new friends every day, follow new people, start new conversations every day, and you're gonna be good. There's plenty of people for us all to help out there. Okay. And that's even one of the questions on my WooFoo form. Do you already have a Beachbody coach? And so that helps me too. But I'll share that. Chelsea, are you on Facebook? Okay. Can you send me a friend request and I'll get you added to our team page? Yeah. Okay. Good deal. I know Adrian's not on there. So, all right, you guys, that's all I got. Did that answer your question, Jessica?
It did. Jared's cousin has been buying Beachbody like for a long time now, but she never, like, apparently I know they assigned her a coach, but she never heard from anybody or anything. She's just been ordering it online.
So yeah, she can switch to you.
Yeah, she's already switched to me, but I didn't think I would get points from her unless.
Tell her to if she has a current order, tell her to cancel her order and sign up with a new home direct order, and you'll get points.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.